Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So tonight we're going to talk about another one of those false ideas, one of those things that everybody believes is true, but may not be if you actually sit down and look at it. It happens a lot when something just gets repeated over and over and over and over and over and over again. Eventually people will start to believe it. And that is definitely what has happened here. If you're a Republican, if you're a Second Amendment supporter, you need to watch this whole thing, no matter how painful it is for you. Okay, so this particular belief is widely held among older Republicans who think they support the Second Amendment. Who's a defender of the Second Amendment? Well, Donald J. Trump, of course. All right, maybe. But in order to test that theory, we need to have somebody to compare him to. So let's compare him to gun grabber Obama. Who else? Seems fair. Let's start with a quote. You get to guess as to who it is. I generally oppose gun control, but I support the ban on assault weapons, and I also support a slightly longer waiting period to purchase a gun. Is that Trump or Obama? That is Donald J. Trump. Well, he's changed a lot since then. That was a while ago. Maybe that's true. How does he feel about suppressors? I don't like them. Quote, signaled support for banning them. Signaled support for universal background checks. Did ban bump stocks. Bragged. Listen to this. We've increased federal firearm prosecutions by 44% compared to the last 2 years of the previous administration. This is a record, a new record. It is a new record. It is. But the previous record holder was not Obama. It was Bush. Yeah, man, that's a lot to swallow. That's hard right there. Just up to this point. But there's more. I know what you're saying. Well, Obama did all that stuff with NICS. If you're outside the gun crowd, NICS is the system for background checks. He did. That's true. That is true. So that's a mark against him. But that's not surprising because Obama got an F from the Brady campaign. Trump took everything Obama did and then went a step further with the Fix NICS Act. I think the only part of the NICS stuff that Obama did that Trump got rid of was the Social Security office having to report people who were adjudicated mentally incompetent so they could buy a gun. Because that seemed like a great idea. Well, Trump released all those M1s and 1911s, those military surplus weapons, put those on the civilian market for us. He did do that. And those weapons were authorized for release by President Obama. Obama also allowed Amtrak passengers to bring their guns with them. Allowed firearms into national parks. It's crazy. It's almost like what you believe is just because it was repeated, not because it's true. President Obama expanded gun rights. He wasn't a gun grabber. He does not deserve that title. Trump, on the other hand, well, take the guns first, worry about due process second. Quote. It's funny, because that's how I feel about impeachment. Impeach first, worry about due process over in the Senate during the trial. His stance on guns is a lot like him saying that he's Florida man now. He lives in Florida. We all know he's a New Yorker. And when it comes to gun control, he's a New York liberal. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good night.